So let's look at the flat digestive system model for Bio 157. So first, this is the oral cavity right there. All right, now above the oral cavity right there is the hard palate. This is a soft palate, and then this structure is the uvula. Here is the tongue below that oral cavity. All of this in this area is the pharynx. So this area up here is the nasopharynx. Here is the oropharynx. And then this area here is the laryngopharynx. And from there, we're going to go into the esophagus. So all of this is esophagus. And this is going to take us to this organ here. This is the stomach. Let's go ahead and take that off to look at the parts of the stomach. So first off, we're going to have a pinching in that occurs essentially between my finger and thumb. That is the cardiac sphincter. This area here of the stomach is called the cardiac region. Essentially, if I take this pointer and I put it like so, this area here where the stomach goes up, that is the fundus or fundic region. This area of the stomach here is the body. And we're seeing a lot of ridges in that body. Those are called rugae. So all those ridges are called rugae. After the stomach turns, this area of the stomach is called the pylorus or pyloric region. And then we're seeing a pinching in together again right there. That is called the pyloric sphincter. This part of the stomach where it curves out here, that is known as a greater curvature. And then this part is known as the lesser curvature. Let's come out here where we can see here is the liver, and then we can see the gallbladder there, and then coming off the gallbladder, that is the cystic duct. Let's move back to this area. We can see this organ right there. That is the pancreas, and then this white tube there inside the pancreas, that's a pancreatic duct. And on the very end over here, that is the spleen. So let's go ahead and take this structure off, zoom out just a little bit. All right. And so all of this right here is the small intestine. 3 parts of the small intestine that we want you to know. This is the duodenum here. That's the beginning of the small intestine. This down here is the ileum. That's the end of the small intestine because that's where we're going to go into the large intestine. So that for sure is the ileum. And if we put the pointer somewhere here in the middle, that would be the jejunum. Let's move on to the large intestine. So all of this structure that we're seeing here, all of that is the large intestine. So this part of the large intestine where it comes, so after the small intestine comes in, we have this little sac there that is called the cecum. Coming off of the cecum is the vermiform appendix. This valve, let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit on that. So that valve, this valve right there, that is known as the ileocecal valve. So it's between the ileum and the cecum. Okay, so just zoom out a little bit. You can see that ileocecal valve again. Now we're going to go up here. So this is called the ascending colon. And then this turn is actually kind of close to the liver. So we call that the hepatic flexure. And then the large intestine is going to go across our body. This is called the transverse colon here. And then we're going to have another turn right here, right next to the spleen. That is the splenic flexure. Then the large intestine is going to come down. This is the descending colon. And then in this area, it's hard to see on this model, but it kind of turns and comes up and down. So it kind of makes this S shape here at the end. This area is known as the sigmoid colon. So we would put the sticker like right in here. All right. Here is the rectum in this area, and then this is the location of the anus. A couple other structures here. You're seeing all these little pouches here along our large intestine. Each one of those are called a haustra. And then this is trying to show cut into the large intestine. This is the tinea coli is the name of the muscle that is located there.